Now, if you own a home in Terramor, there's a really good chance that 2025 felt like a roller coaster ride. 1 minute prices were up and homes were selling quickly, and the next prices were dropping and homes were sitting on the market for months. So what really happened in Terramor in 2025? Well, stick around and let's take a look back at the numbers so we can see. Hi, my name is Casey, and I specialize in helping buyers and sellers in the senior communities here in Corona, and that includes Trilogy Glen Ivy and the community of Terramor. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through what really happened to home values in Terramor during 2025. And I'll show you what changed from 2024, what stayed pretty much the same, and what it all means as we head into 2026. So let's take a look back at what 2025 really told us about home values here in Terramor. And let's start with the 55 and older sections of Terramor. And I'm sure if you ask homeowners here about the housing market, most would tell you that prices dropped. And some would probably even say that prices dropped a lot. But the truth is, that's not exactly what we saw. And in 2025, the average sales price of a home in the 55 and older section was $724,000. And if you compare that to the average back in 2024, the average was $761,000. So yes, prices did come down, but that drop was just 5%. Now in some parts of the country, homeowners have seen prices drop between 40 and even 50%. So in the big picture, a drop of 5% isn't really that bad. And remember, a lot of the homes that were sold in 2025 were in the Cedarwood section of Terramor. And if you're not aware of it, these homes are a little smaller. And all of the homes in Cedarwood are in the 1,300 square foot range, and prices are slightly lower. So this can have an impact on the average sales price. But anytime you look at the housing market, it's normal to see ups and downs. And over time, home values typically rebound and end up doing very well. So do I think it's time to panic here in Terramor? Absolutely not. Next, let's look at how many homes actually sold. And during 2025, there were a total of 40 homes sold in the 55 and older sections. And that number is actually up from 2024 when we had 32 homes sold. So even though prices have softened slightly, we did see a 20% increase in the number of homes that were sold in Terramor. And that's a good sign because it tells us that buyers are still looking to purchase homes here. Next, let's talk about days on market. And this was an area where we saw the biggest change. The average home in the 55 and older sections took 88 days to sell. And that's up from what we saw in 2024 when that number was 51 days. So homes did take much longer to sell in 2025. But here's what's important to remember. The homes that were priced correctly still sold fairly quickly, but homes that were overpriced did sit on the market for much longer. And in many cases, these homes sat for several months. And in a few cases, these sat for almost a year. And these situations can really impact the average days on market. But the reality is, the average number of days it took to sell a home in Terramor did go up significantly in 2025. Now, as some of you already know, I always like to share the highest priced homes sold in the community. And I know I'm not the only one that's curious about this. So let me show you which home took the top spot in 2025. The highest priced home sold in the 55 and older sections of Terramor in 2025 was located at 11667 Oakton Way. Now this was a highly upgraded 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath home with over 2,700 square feet of living space. And the home also had an attached 2-car garage plus a separate golf cart garage too. It also had a gourmet kitchen with an oversized island, upgraded Bosch stainless steel appliances, and beautiful finishes. But the outdoor space is what really made this home special. It had a large covered California room with a fireplace and an outdoor TV, a separate fire pit, a built-in barbecue, a putting green, and even a private spa. And you can't forget about the amazing views from the back of this home. So it's easy to see why this was the highest priced home sold in Terramor, and this home sold for $1,075,000. And this tells us something very important about Terramor. Now, even in a more cautious housing market, there are still buyers actively looking for larger, highly upgraded homes. And in Terramor, that usually means a home on an oversized lot or one with a beautiful view like this home on Oakton Way. And this sale at over $1 million confirms that there are buyers still looking for and buying high-end homes here in Terramor. Now, before we move on, I want to ask for a quick favor. Now, if you're finding this video helpful so far, and if you'd like to see more videos about the 55 and older communities here in Southern California, I'd love if you'd hit that subscribe button down below. Now, I post a new video every week designed specifically for seniors who are thinking about buying or selling a home here. Okay, so let's switch gears now and talk about the all ages neighborhoods here in Terramor. And as you're going to see, sales in the all ages section were a little different. Now in 2025, the average sales price of a single family home was $837,000. And the good news is that's up from what we saw in 2024 when the average sales price was $799,000. So prices in the all ages section actually increased by 4.5%. But we did see a big decline in the number of homes sold in 2025. In fact, we had just 41 homes sold in the all ages section. And this is way down from 2024 when we had 108 homes sold. And that's a really big drop. In fact, that's a drop of 160%. But here's why I'm not overly concerned about that number. Several of the new construction neighborhoods actually sold out in 2025. And the last time I looked, there were just 2 or 3 new construction homes still available in the entire community of Terramor. So I think it's something to keep an eye on, but I don't think it's something to hit the panic button on just yet. Next, let's take a look at the average days it took to sell a home in the all ages section. And in 2025, it took an average of 98 days. And in 2024, it took just 65 days to sell a home. So again, just like in the 55 and older sections, this is an area where we saw an increase. And it definitely confirms that things have slowed down in 2025. And finally, what is the highest priced home sold in the all ages section? Well, it sold for $965,000. And this was down from what we saw in 2024, when we had one beautiful home sell for $1,130,000. Okay, so what do all these numbers mean as we head into 2026? Well, if you're a homeowner in Terramor, 2025 showed us that home values haven't crashed. And in the all ages section, they actually went up. We also saw that buyer demand didn't disappear. Things have slowed down, and buyers are definitely being more cautious, but there are buyers still looking to buy homes here in Terramor. And if you're trying to sell a home, pricing it correctly is still the most important thing you can do. We saw that buyers today are more informed, more cautious, and more selective. And what about if you're thinking about buying a home in Terramor? Well, the numbers gave us some important information too. Homes aren't flying off the shelf like they were a few years ago, so you do have a little more time to make your decision. But it's always important to remember that the best homes do sell quickly. And the number of homes currently for sale right now is down, but we are expecting more homes to come on the market as we move into 2026. We've also seen mortgage rates drop slightly as we finished up 2025. And many people believe they'll drop even more in 2026, but don't expect a huge drop in mortgage rates. Right now, they're right around 6%, and the hope is that we'll see rates drop into the 5% range. And if they do, it would be great news for both buyers and sellers. But overall, home values in Terramor continue to be resilient, especially compared to other parts of the country. And I do believe that things will continue to improve as we move into 2026. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home here in Terramor, I'd love to help. And you can reach me at the number up on the screen, and all of my contact information is located down in the description below. Now, thanks again for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.